What is going on, guys? DBG here, and this video I'm going to be talking about the rating secret that 2K does not want you to know about. A way in which they make players rated higher and lower than they actually are on my team especially. First things first, I did not come up with this. It is from a Reddit post. I'm going to link it in the description and I'm showing it right now. It shows that a lot of the really high rated players, they've brought their intangibles down really low just so that they can make them lower than they actually seem. So I decided to test this out to see how much of an advantage intangibles actually made. I made two identical players, Smush Parker, the greatest point guard of all time, but yeah, they're two identical players, both which stats I gave them good, but they're only rated 83. And I'm thinking maybe this does make a bit of a difference. So I put their intangibles as 25, which is the lowest you can possibly make them. And as far as I know, intangibles don't actually make a difference to how the players play in any given game. So I decided to bump the intangibles of one of them up to 99 just to see how much of a difference it actually made. And what do you know, this Smush Parker is an entire 7 ratings better than the other one, just because of an intangibles rating that may or may not actually make a difference in a game on my team. And I tried them out for an entire game. These two players felt exactly the same. They didn't shoot any differently, they didn't go to the basket differently, they weren't faster, weren't slower, they didn't dribble differently, they felt the exact same. So, from my experience, intangibles don't actually mean anything. So now let's get on to how this affects my team. You know, obviously there are a lot of players where you look at their stats and think, them stats are way too good for a player of that rating. I know I thought it, but now I actually know the reason why. I first noticed pretty much this happening at the start of the year when I picked up James Posey. I thought his stats were way too good for a goal player, and now looking at his intangibles of 65, I can see why. You bump that up to maybe an 85, he goes up to like an 82 emerald. This is also extremely noticeable in silver moments cards, because 2K try to make their stats as good as possible so that people actually want them, while also making them silvers. So as you can see, 55 intangibles Nick Young, 60 intangibles for Terrence Jones, and 31 intangibles for Malcolm Brogdon. He is probably an emerald. Being honest, he's probably an emerald based on those stats. But that 31 intangibles makes him a silver card. And now on to the ones that really matter. The cards that people really want that may actually be rated way higher than you think. First off is Ruby Kyrie Irving. Most of these will be moments cards because 2K have to find a way to bump up people's stats while only bringing them up by maybe 2 or 3 ratings and bump them up by enough that people want them. And the way they do that is that they do bump up the stats, but they lower the intangibles rating. Kyrie Irving with an intangible rating of 69 is comfortably an amethyst. The reason why John Wall's Ruby card is so overpowered, even though it's still only a Ruby, 60 intangibles. Again, another card that could possibly be maybe a 92 overall, I would not be surprised. But this last one pretty much proves the point that 2K change intangibles to make players way better stats wise while keeping their ratings low. So this is Ruby James Harden. Stats wise not the best Ruby, but if you look at his intangibles it's a 95. His emerald as far as I know is like a 92 and a sapphire is something similar. But at the same time, that 95 intangibles does bump up his overall to an 88 and it makes him seem like he's a much better player than he probably is. But then when you look at his amethyst, it has 40 intangibles. 40. There's been more hype about this amethyst James Harden card than there has been about pretty much any other card I've seen in 2K because of those incredible stats. But if you think about it, the only reason why he can have those stats on an amethyst card is because they've lowered these intangibles. They did not want to give James Harden a diamond card for that performance. They didn't want to bump him up 2 tiers. So what did they decide to do? They gave him a beastly card and lowered his intangibles. There's a reason why stats wise this James Harden is much better than the diamond Jimmy Butler and much better than an awful lot of those collection reward diamonds. So if you think about it this way, 2K have intentionally put in one stat that makes a massive difference in my team so they can adjust the player ratings either up or down whatever way they please. And this is especially evident in moments cards because they're on the spot. You only have 3 ratings because of the card tiers. If you're bringing someone up a card tier, you've got maybe 3 ratings to work with and not much more. So they have to do it in order to keep players' stats up so that there's more hype around them while at the same time not bumping them up more than 1 card tier. And if you look at the Reddit post, this guy actually did change some of the things up. And if you're looking at it, David Robinson is a 98 or a 99 overall. No surprise if you look at stats. Ewing a 97. LeBron James a 94, that amethyst card. No surprise if you look at the stats. James Harden goes up to a pink diamond card. That James Harden, that amethyst, is actually a pink diamond card, which is absolutely insane. It's a pink diamond. A pink diamond you can get for about 100k. So even though he does have cold spots and probably doesn't play that well, he still should be a pink diamond. So anyway, you may think I'm complaining, but I'm going to give my opinion on this at the end. This is great for anyone who plays my team, because as the year goes on, players judge by overalls. So before you buy a player, you can check the intangibles to see if that player is going to be way better than his rating or way lower than his rating. If you see someone with a 99 intangibles and is a diamond, you know that that card is really an amethyst. And if you see a card that's, I don't know, an amethyst with 30 intangibles, if that happens throughout the year, you know that that card is probably a pink diamond. So you can use this to your advantage, and it can help so many people out in the long run for getting cheap gems. So anyway, that's the video. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe.